Today we have a special episode for you guys. We're going to be honoring the great and late Chadwick Boseman.
So check us out, guys. Thank you for joining us in this special edition of Movie Minds.
Stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, this is Ish.
This is Ant.
And we're Movie Minds, where we keep you up to date with all the movie news, reviews, some shows.
Guys, and please follow us on all our social media platforms. We appreciate it, guys. We appreciate every like. We appreciate every comment. Even the bad ones that tell me that some things that maybe I don't look good and stuff. That might...
You look fine. You look perfect.
Anyways, I don't like you, that clown. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. This is going to be a really fun show, but us also a very insightful with what's going on right now with Chadwick. But
before we go into that, we're going to be doing some
We're going to do a couple of
worthy mentions.
Okay, guys, we have the Tenet movie that just came out in theaters, and we wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that and how it's doing in the box office. It made $53 million, which is not too shabby considering that it only came out in about 2,000 screens.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing.
Yeah, man. I'm just really upset that I cannot see, like, there's millions of people out there that have seen Tenet, and I'm over here like a dummy that I can't say anything about it. It's just frustrating right now. But I digress. 55 million, a really good number for a movie that's in quarantine. Everybody's pretty much still social distancing, and some people are afraid to go out there. So it's a good number, man.
It is. It's not too shabby, like I said. And the one that did kind of suffer a bit by coming out in theaters is the New Mutant movie.
Yeah, well, it did suffer because it came out right now. But dude, this thing has been delayed 1,000 times, maybe. That's a good guess because that's kind of how it feels.
That they spent on this film is way too low for them just to get $7 million, man.
No, man, but you have to like realize that they've done reshoots. Like I think it was like 2 or 3 reshoots.
They did.
And it's been delayed over and over again. So they've invested so much money already up until this point. To see that $7 million, it really does hurt. I mean,
because they were out in the same screens that Tenet were.
Yeah, and that too. You have to consider that a lot of people do not want to watch.
But you would think that people would go and watch
over
both movies throughout the weekend because the movie theaters have been closed. But that's just my opinion. But I'm glad that it made some money. I mean, we'll see what happens when it actually is able to come out.
So are we gonna go? Are we gonna go watch it? Are we gonna be like?
We're gonna go to Las Vegas this Friday and go watch Tenet and the New Mutants, and we'll tell you guys all about it and do our reviews for it. I'm excited, man.
All right, guys. So we want to go into the main topic, hot tops today.
There's one hot top.
One hot top, and it's rightfully so for Chadwick Boseman passing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, man. What a amazing human being. I get a little choked up just like wanting to talk about him. He was such a good guy, man. Like, wow, like the things that he did for the movies and his community and just to lose a guy like this at 43 years old really makes you be thankful for your own life. But it's a really hard thing to digest. I know the movie industry right now is going through a really, really hard time, trying to digest this. And it's really sad. But what do you think, man?
I see his career and the roles that he played, and we're going to get into that, but just by seeing what he played, he really tried to be inspirational to the people that he worked with and the people that he worked for. And he worked for us. He really just put his best efforts and his talent, his giftings all on the line on screen for us to enjoy. This is what film is about. This is what movies are about. This is why I'm addicted to movies, because people like him that spend their whole life investing into a gifting so that we could be blessed enough to enjoy it. And when I see a man that's 43 and that just barely started his career, really, if you see in retrospect, it was just a few years, maybe a decade of his life,
right?
Really breaking through. And it's so hard to see such a powerful man, both in talent and also his faith. I don't know if you guys know, but you know, he was a believer. His faith was really, really strong, and I see how he inspired many people. And my heart breaks for this, and my condolences for his whole family and everyone that's really feeling it. For all the kids that are looking up to him as Black Panther, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough topic to talk about, but we're gonna try to get through it and honor him.
Yeah, man. I love him, man. I loved his movies. What would you say was one of his biggest accomplishments, cinema wise?
Well, to be honest with you, when I saw him in 42.
That's a great movie.
42 was one of the first. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the first movie that I ever saw him like at that level. You know,
that he could be a great actor.
That he could be a great actor. That he had the acting chops for, roles like that.
Jackie
and
Robinson.
if you could see what he picked after that, it's a lot of good movies that are really inspirational. And I think that's kind of what the reflection of his life is about inspiring others. Yeah. So 42 is one of my favorites. Just seeing that when I was growing up, Jackie Robinson was like a huge thing for us in New York because I suck at baseball, but everyone around me was all about the Yankees, and we're all like cheering, and I didn't I sucked at it, but I was totally a Yankees fan for years, decades. So I know that he's not. But what I'm saying is that baseball was a huge thing while I was growing up, and Jackie Robinson was something that all my friends and I were like, oh yeah, he's like the Michael Jordan, of baseball in that time,
really
And so to see that in live action was an amazing gift to me. Like it was really a gift, and man, it was awesome to see that. I really looked at that role as the starter for me.
I think for me, the absolutely 42 was one of my favorite films that I love going back to and revisiting a lot because he just really shows his acting chops there. The other movie that I really love him in is definitely Get On Up, where he portrays James Brown, and I love that movie.
Another legend.
I love that movie, and the biopic there that was done by him. He did it in such a really, really careful and very respectful way to honor this man, and so. The intricacies of getting into a character like that are really, really crazy, and he was able to hit all the notes that he was supposed to, even though the critics didn't accept the movie completely all that well because of whatever pacing and a lot of other things. But for me, I thought that movie really showed as well, again, his acting chops. And like I said, man, Black Panther to me was a staple.
That's what I was about to say.
A staple in the movie industry. I mean, this movie made over $1 billion. Nobody thought that. I certainly didn't. I actually was kind of hating on it when I first thought when it was coming out. I was excited for it, but didn't think that it was going to make as much money as it did, because Black Panther isn't a really known character in the MCU, and the fact that they were able to come out and really do what they did with this character, and it was all Chad. Yeah, it was all Chad.
Yeah, man. I mean, yes, absolutely. His role as TChalla is absolutely memorable. I don't think I don't want to get into that subject now, but like that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be tough for the MCU. But just seeing how he is like a royal presence, just as he is. You know what I mean? Like there's this aura of him that you just have a respect for him, and it comes effortlessly. And that's not really done very well. Like even with Michael B. Jordan, you like him, he's charming and stuff like that, but there's not a reverence to his presence, Yeah. Chadwick is totally completely different. And that's why for him picking the role as he did, or like accepting the role, of course it's MCU, big budgets, you're going to be known in every single household as he is now. But I think that was a power move for him, knowing that this is going to be a superhero that will inspire many kids, and that's what we're seeing right now. A lot of kids, paying tribute with their toys, and paying respects to Black Panther, and it's beautiful to see.
It's amazing.
But I want to say is that when Black Panther came out on MCU with Civil War, that whole movie is amazing. First off, like one of my favorite all-time movies from the MCU. But when Black Panther shows up, it kind of shifts. It shifts the whole nuance of the whole thing. Like I didn't expect that so much when Black Panther comes out. You know what I mean? Like when his suit and everything. That was just a whole shift.
I think that's why it did so well, dude. Black Panther did so well. Because his introduction in Civil War, it couldn't have been done better than what it was. And he just, this presence, this guy, I'm telling you, this guy, man, he just was a presence. And so the fact that he's not with us anymore is very saddening to me, honestly. Yeah. I really want to get into his personal life a little bit and saying that he, you know, going into what he had, he died of colon cancer at 43 years old. And I'm going to say this just because I'm a little upset about it, to be honest, that people were... sorry, I'm just emotional about that. That they were trying to say that he was on drugs because he looked all skinny, and I was just like, man, dude, I never said anything. I just thought he was maybe for a role or something like that. I thought,
yeah.
You know, and the fact that this man didn't want to say that he had an illness or that he was dying, it just talks so much about him. It just says so much about this person. Yeah. And I didn't even know I was gonna get this emotional about this whole thing. So it's very it's a really hard thing to hear because this guy was such a great dude, and obviously, you know, the things that he did for his community in the charities that he was involved with, man. This guy's the real deal movie star. You know, if you want to be a movie star and you want to be a representative of something good, he checked off all those boxes. And so, like I said, man, he died really young, dude. He died really young at 43.
I listened to a speech, two speeches of his. He was presenting to a class that was graduating, and he started talking about how, you know, if things are meant for you, then there's nothing in the world that can take it away from you. If this is what God intends you to have, this is what you're gonna have, and this is if you just persevere. And it was very, very touching and moving. I listened to it maybe like 5 times. It was like 5-minute video. Just I loved his words. I loved the mannerism that he had. But one of the things that really stood out to me in another speech was that he was honoring Denzel Washington, and one of the
I heard about that.
One of the awards that Denzel got. I don't remember what organization it was, but he was just talking and about how Denzel Washington, like, he did so much for, you know, actors like himself and other, you know, black actors that are working now, and how everyone's standing on Denzel's shoulders. And I see how he uplifts others and so easily does that. You know, he did that, and I'm just really just inspired by that, but just by seeing how selfless he is. Even with the whole thing about him not saying anything, he got diagnosed in 2016, and 2020 hits, and no one knew. Well, at least, you know,
and
the public
didn't know.
Several movies and worked on several movies after chemotherapies and all this other stuff. And my dad, he went through cancer, and he had you know, chemotherapies and radiation and stuff, and it was really hard for him. And to see what he had, or to just think of what Chadwick had to go through and do the things that he did, I really commend him for not saying anything, because the support that he really needed was never allowed, or he didn't allow that to happen for him, because the world would have been backing him up, but he chose to not do that. And I commend those around him that were close to him. No one said anything. No one said anything to the media, because, you know, the media would have ate this up a lot. You know, I mean, they would have blown
Absolutely.
it up. And so just something to think about when you're thinking about the people around you and the friends that you like have there, and just, you know, life is precious. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, and enjoy those who are around you, and hopefully that they are trustworthy enough. So.
And we'll always remember you, Chadwick. Our condolences again are going out to the family and all the fans. We'll always remember you, Black Panther.
In other news, we're going to be talking about a new release of a
a movie that came out on video on demand.
Yes.
Which was a lot lighthearted than what we're talking about now.
Very lighthearted, guys, and we want to get happy because I know that,
yes.
that this is what Chadwick would want us to do, is just continue to love movies the way that we love movies. And so we're gonna get into Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Face the Music.
And I've been really excited to know. I've been really excited to know your opinion on this movie, dude.
So, full discretion, guys. It's been a while. I grew up watching Bill and Ted, of course, like everyone here that's listening. Hopefully you have. But it's been a while since I've watched a Bill and Ted film. So just to let you guys know that. But I saw this film and I was pleasantly surprised at how much I freaking loved this film. It was just you think sometimes with like reboots or continuations is that they lose the touch, they lose the aura, the dynamics, the special sauce, exactly, after a few years. And especially like Keanu Reeves is 1,000 years old, but he looks like he just ate 5 years. You think that
So
he
true.
kind of lost his smaller role, sauce,
Yeah.
So I just freaking enjoyed this. I laugh a lot more than I thought I would. I thought it was just it's just in the right mood, man. It was just right, just hit the right notes for me, literally, because I feel as though the music aspect of it was just out of this world. I loved that part. Can't wait to talk about it more.
That was cool. So right off the bat for me, it was one of those watches that I'm gonna tell you guys right off. You guys have to be a Bill and Ted fan to try to appreciate this movie, first of all. Okay, so if you haven't seen those movies, that's why you're probably saying we're crazy as to why we liked it or why we liked this movie, okay? Because if you didn't see the old ones, the Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, you guys are not going to understand. Yeah, because the movie was a bit unorthodox. It is something.
That's Bill and Ted.
Exactly. And so it's not a conventional movie, guys. It's not that. So a lot of people are going to go into this and say, what the hell did I just watch? I just spent $19.99 on...
Yeah.
What?
That's what
Keanu Reeves, you did this movie? But again, if you guys want to have kind of an allure about this nostalgia feeling about it, go and watch those old movies before you watch. If you haven't watched, Face the Music yet, go watch Excellent Adventure. Go watch Bogus Journey. I thought the movie was good. I thought that it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I really did like it
it's not an Academy Award winning,
And there were some spots where I felt it was a little dull because of the daughters. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things that I was kind of fighting myself on, that I felt like I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
It didn't hit all the boxes for me as a Bill and Ted Excellent or a Bogus Adventure, but I still had amazing fun in it.
Yeah.
And where these guys go and they just get into that telephone booth and they transport you. They transported me back to 1990, whatever. And I was able to enjoy the movie at the end of the day. I really enjoyed all the special effects, especially those bodybuilders, man.
Oh
Those
yeah,
guys
that bodybuilding
really...
part, no spoilers, but it was dope.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. I don't think that the daughters really bugged me at all, to be honest with you. I feel like they wanted to fulfill two aspects of the franchise, which is like them having this prophecy and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also having backstory of what kind of has happened throughout the years or what will happen, because the time traveling aspect of it is a big part of the franchise, and so you want to tap into that.
I wanted Bill and Ted to go after the whole Lenny, Lenny
cool.
Kravitz. I mean, not Lenny Kravitz.
But it was
Jimi Hendrix.
But it was so cool seeing all of them. I don't want to spoil too much.
I want to spoil. But you guys, if you guys see this movie, you guys know that you're gonna go back in time and they're gonna go get some cool freaking people.
Yeah, which was amazing, by the way.
Which was cool.
There was a point where this really old musician, of course, you guys know, ancient, just super.
That was a cool scene, dude.
There was
Loved
amazing musicians there, and it just blew my mind. And of course, they're not real; they're actors, right?
Right.
But just the thought of having all of them together in one place, just blew my mind. Like I don't know how.
And that's the cool part.
I never
That's the
thought
cool
about
part.
that. Yeah, that was amazing.
But
and then at one point I was like, this is not gonna work out. Like it would just be a mess. But then as I started watching, I was like, dude, this is perfect. This is of course, if I had a time machine and I could do that, I would totally do that.
We see a couple of old characters there.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna love the nostalgia factor that it gives you because it hits all the notes, you know, all that stuff, and it's great. It's great. It just didn't hit everything I wanted because I wanted more interaction between Bill and Ted with the characters that they brought from the future.
Yeah.
And so that was my gripe with it, a couple of things,
Yeah.
but that's really about it. And I still was able to enjoy the movie, and I'm glad that they made it. And so I'm going to give Bill and Ted Face the Music a B.
I'm gonna give it a B plus because for a Bill and Ted film, I mean, it did everything for me, honestly, to be quite honest with you. So I really enjoyed it. I think you guys would like it too.
I'm glad you liked it because I thought you weren't going to like it.
I thought I wasn't gonna like it either.
I really didn't think you were going to like it. So
Yeah, well,
I'm
thank
glad you
God.
did.
Yep.
So the last part of this show, we are gonna name the winner. I'm sure you guys were waiting for that one. I know we didn't even talk about it in the beginning.
If you guys didn't know, we had a giveaway and you guys missed out because you don't follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. So you should probably do that right now.
Exactly.
Okay, there you go. We're going to announce the winner of our giveaway. You're going to get Mulan. It's coming out this Friday. It's going to be on Disney Plus for $29.99. We'll pay for your subscription and for the movie. So, and you're going to get some merch.
You're going to get
our first
Movie Mind shirt,
official merch coming out
mask,
now.
so that people don't smell your breath, and then some candy, some movie pins, and we're going to throw in Ish's hair. So
One
you guys
strand of
are
hair.
gonna be
Lucky you.
No, but you guys are gonna get all that stuff, and this is the winner that we picked at random from everybody
Yes.
that subscribed and that followed.
Congratulations, Norm A75.
Norm A75, you little rascal, you. Thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, following. We appreciate you guys. We definitely love you guys. We honestly can't do this show without you, so we need your support. We'll be doing these giveaways even more and more, and we thank you for everything. And as always,
stay movie minded.
You, woo! I had to do that.